Keita, and he's matched up against the 7-footer Malcolm Wilson, the #1 shot blocker in America. And Keita wins the tap. Back to Demin. BYU mixing it up tonight with the Navy uniforms, and it's the visiting team in the white jerseys.
And when you say #1 shot blocker, as Knell just turns the corner and Wilson doesn't come off and get in his way that time. 19 blocks in 3 games. Are you kidding me right now? Like, I've never heard of anything like that. Wilson is on a tear.
Cash has his shot blocked, and then Keita brings it down. Saunders catching, and Saunders gets it back. Now it's Demin. All the way in, off the glass. You saw Wilson go up. Couldn't get a piece of it, and Demin's got his first 2.
Yeah, and it's a scary sight when Demin turns the corner at 6'9" and elevates. Like, that's a tough shot to block.
Missed 3 by Ashby. And the Cougars bring it out again. Out ahead to Saunders. And Saunders is fouled. Who go to the line? Well, 7 feet or not, BYU has attacked the basket all 3 possessions.
Yeah, and that's the plan. We talked to Kevin Young, and he says, hey, tremendous respect for Wilson and his agility and his length. He goes, well, we got to try it out. We got to attack, and we're going to turn downhill, and we're going to see what we can do. And he said it's a little scary with Demin coming at you. And then if you come off too quick, then Keita on the backside, Demin will just lob it up there, and Keita will throw it down.
BYU shot 53.8% from the free throw line Friday night. And 0 for 2 for Saunders. A steal, and Ritchie off the glass and in. He'll get 2 that way, and it's his first bucket of the night. A quick 6-0 BYU lead.
And the one chink in this BYU armor early has been free throw shooting. And they have really struggled. 56.8% from the free throw line on the season through 3 or through 2.
Saunders. Cold start for Queens. Ritchie in the lane. There's the first block of the night by Wilson. Keita out to Knell for 3. 9-0 BYU. That's 5 for Trevin Knell.
Trevin Knell is such a pure shooter from the outside. What a weapon out there.
Cash is the leader. Here's Wilson. Berman on the drive. Kept alive, and Keita cleans it up. Keita already 3 rebounds. And Demin loses it out of bounds.
Let's take a look at the steal here. On the outlet pass, Cannon Catchings just says, hey, if you're going to be lazy, I'll peel back. And then here's the 3, inside out. Keita with the ball inside, defense collapses. He kicks it to the perimeter. Trevin Knell for the easy open look.
This is Cash. Wilson. The ideal offensive play for Wilson is the lob. They work on it. They do 20, 30, 40 lobs of practice. As Grant Leonard said, his weapon is shot blocking and slam dunking.
He did say his offensive game has come light years, and he just keeps getting better. So he's a willing learner and expects him to continue to improve on the offensive end.
And there's the first dunk of the night from the 7-footer out of Columbia, South Carolina. 3 seasons at Georgetown, Malcolm Wilson.
And Colomario with a great assist there as the defense came to him, a little wraparound pass. If this game feels like they're getting up and down the floor, the Royals, they love to play at tempo. Number 10 in the country at effective tempo last year, and number 6 right now coming into this game. And BYU loves to play at tempo, so this game will be up and down the floor.
Shot clock at 7. Saunders for 2. He's got 4. 11-2 BYU. Richie Saunders, a junior out of Riverton, Utah.
And BYU starts off 5 for 6 in this game, and Queens 1 for 6.
Open look for 3. And Cash can't get it to go. Here's Knell.
And both of these teams averaged 10.5 three-pointers made a game.
Keita's fouled. He'll go to the line. Demin feeding him on a slash to the basket. Leo Colomario, transfer from Fresno State. four-year Bulldog, 88 starts. High school Wasatch Academy here in Utah. And now Keita at the line. 4 rebounds and his first point. Now Matthews and Pollard check in for the Royals. Caleb Matthews out of Franklinton, North Carolina. Jackson Pollard out of nearby Cedar Hills, Utah. Salt Lake Community College, state championship at Lone Peak High School. Chance to play in front of a lot of family and friends tonight. Palomario's on the run. Now we slam on the brakes. BYU by 10. Pollard up with his first shot. Catchings out to Demin. Keita blocked by Wilson and out of bounds. Second block of the game for Wilson. Gives him 21 on the young season. Timeout. BYU by 10. Just getting started here in Provo on ESPN+.
15:55 to play in the first half. BYU out to a quick start with a 12-2 lead over Queens. This is a BYU basketball program that understandably has a rich tradition and a lot of pride, but it's also a program that hasn't featured any NBA draft pick since the great Jimmer Fredette was drafted all the way back in 2011. It's been 13 years. Well, as of this week, Jonathan Givony, the lead draft expert for ESPN, has not one but 2 BYU players on this year's roster projected to go in the first round of the 2025 draft. Egor Demin at number 7 and Cannon Catchings at number 23. Needless to say, the influx of talent under this new staff with Kevin Young is notable, and making the staff say, guys, come to Provo and develop your NBA game. Dave and Blaine?
They're certainly on to something. Thank you, Spencer. Fusini Traore and Mawut Mag check in along with Dawson Baker for BYU. Cougars by 10, 15:55 left here in the first half.
BYU's come out really aggressive offensively, attacking the basket. They have 6 points in the paint, and they made 5 of their first 7 shots from the field.
Baker. Demin open for 3. And Berman out of Israel on the rebound. Kid from Moscow shot it, and a kid from Israel rebounded it.
Yeah, basketball is such an international game, and NCAA, it's a melting pot, and you got to love it.
Here's Caleb Matthews, loses his footing and a kick, and that's going to give the ball to BYU.
And Berman's story is an amazing one. He was actually serving in the Israeli military until just right after school started. He came late to this team, wasn't with them working out in the summer. School had already started when he finally got released from the military and showed up on campus. So, you know, Coach Leonard says his basketball IQ is phenomenal and that he's adjusted quickly and he's just learning. He's going to be a great addition to this team. But how about that? Serving in the Israeli military until just a few weeks ago.
Catchings on the miss. Yeah, when he got here, his friends were still over there in the military and homesick and worried about his buddies, and it's been a tough transition. His mom was here last week, and that's helped settle him down. But big future. Also a big future ahead for Catchings. He gets his first 2. 14-2.
Kevin Young, we talked to him about priorities for this game. He said that they really have been working after these 2 games on communication on defense and having better switches and being crisper and being, you know, there on the catch. And he felt like communication was the key defensively. To really watch for that tonight.
Ashby on the drive, hands it to Wilson. Out ahead is Baker. Dawson's first 2, and it's 16-2. Pollard leaves it short. Traore on the rebound. Baker again. High off the glass. And Wilson saves it to Pollard. Full circle moment for Pollard. His dad Allen played at BYU, and Pollard's got the ball right here. So did his Uncle Carl before USC, nearby Mountain View High School. And now Pollard is here playing in Provo for the first time, but his team is 1 for 10 to start the game.
Yeah, Lone Peak and then Salt Lake Community College. But interesting, a return missionary, and Grant Leonard, the coach, said, here's a 3.
Catching.
By Catchings. He said, you know, this is the second LDS kid, is what he termed him, that we've had in this program. And he goes, and it's been an unbelievable blessing to our program to have these 2 kids in our program, which I thought was a great compliment.
Pollard served his mission in Charlotte, North Carolina. Where's Queens? In Charlotte, North Carolina. Traore with it now. Off the glass and in. Wilson took a swipe at it, but Foose very crafty around the rim, and it's 21-2 for BYU. Let's look at Cannon Catchings, a freshman out of Brownsburg, Indiana, up for the 3. His 6th make here in the young part of the season.
And great inside-out play again. Remember the last 3 we saw, inside-out play. BYU's done a good job of getting 2 feet in the paint, kicking it out to open shooters on the perimeter.
Our officiating crew, Marcus Pettigrew, Michael Greenstein, and Jason Gerritsen. They're on the assignment here in Provo tonight. The Royals are 2-1. They're out of the Atlantic Sun Conference. And again, mentioned they got beat at Utah last night. There's Grant Leonard in his 3rd season. We had a wonderful visit with him today. 3rd year as a Division I program. Been to the Division II tournament a number of times, including a couple of Final Fours. They'll be eligible for the big dance in 2026-27. But they got a team that can contend for the upper half of the Atlantic Sun this season.
And a young team that when they all come back next year can compete probably for a championship. And you know, he is Grant Leonard, no stranger to success. Before they came into Division I, he's been part of 4 30-win seasons there. So very a program with a lot of history.
Anderson into the game. He's got the ball and losing it down low.
BYU's length combined with quickness. BYU's not just long; they're long and they're really athletic, and you know that's
Mag all the way in.
Starting this game out 1 of 11 from the field.
Anderson comes in as the leading scorer. Well, they need some points out of somebody. Around the horn they go. Here's an open 3. And it's short. Offered by Mann. Mihailo Boskovic into the game for BYU. Elijah Crawford ready to check in. So a lot of bodies here in the early moments. with BYU up 20, 3-2. Here's Traore. And foul will go against Pollard, his first. It takes us to a timeout. 11:44 to go. And the Royals still trying to figure out how to get the lid off the basket.
The field is wide, the competition fierce. Your business needs a game plan. You need power plays. And most importantly, your company needs an all-star team. Make the Cougars your first draft pick this season. BYU competing in the Big 12 means big exposure for your products and services. We'll share our sponsorship playbook on how to build your brand with BYU Athletics. Email sponsorship@byu.edu today. BYU Athletics and your business. Let's team up.
Brady Plus is a nationwide distributor providing supplies plus support in Jansan, food service, and industrial packaging. We deliver tailored solutions to make customers more productive, more sustainable, and more successful. Whether you're maintaining a clean and safe facility, running an efficient restaurant, or protecting products during transit, we have the expertise to solve your toughest problems. At Brady Plus, your biggest challenges are our best solutions. Learn more at bradyplus.com.
Welcome to BYU Sports Nation. BYU Sports Nation is the ultimate place to get your latest BYU sports news.
It is my ball.
Welcome to the show.
It was just a magical season.
Nobody expected this.
Let that resonate for you for a second.
Get fresh takes.
We got a lot to say.
Interviews, expert analysis.
Oh, so that's my favorite.
BYU Sports Nation. Tune in, join in.
BYU is in Nepal looking at the impacts of pollution from brick kilns on individuals and communities.
The goal of our research is to improve the working conditions and the lives of those people who work here.
I'm very happy to work with BYU. With this collaboration, we can do many more things.
You can change the lives of other people for the better if you're just willing to use the gifts which God has blessed you with.
Back in Provo, 23-2. BYU with the lead, 11:44 to go. We mentioned Jackson Pollard won a state championship at nearby Lone Peak High School in 2018. A couple of his teammates, Stephen Ashworth from Creighton and Connor Pay, the starting center for the BYU football team. Can you imagine tossing it in to Connor Pay?
Yeah.
At 6'6", 320, maybe 310, 315.
It wasn't that playing basketball, but he was big enough to back a few people down in that post for sure.
Connor Pay will be back, coming off an injury. He'll be back Saturday night against Kansas on ESPN, just down the road at LaVell Edwards Stadium. Boskovic on the drive, and he gets the foul, and he'll go to the line. As Colomario out of Brazil gets his second, and Boskovic goes to the line. So in that one, we had a Brazilian fouling a Serbian.
Yeah, that's just
it's a fascinating game. Wilson ready to check back in.
BYU now 2 for 5 from the free throw line. And I mean, that's another area that they have, as they make their way in tougher and tougher games and get into Big 12 conference play. You know, you're leading in a game in that league, you got to make free throws down the stretch to close games out, and they've struggled through 2.
Both go down. First 2 for Boskovic. Wilson's got the ball. He's the tallest guy in the program. They've had 11 years. In 3 years at Georgetown, and shot blocker, slam dunker. He moves in position. There's the lob, and it's taken away. Bryant. Here comes Foose. Elijah Crawford knocked that steal loose. Now Baker. Foose. And Wilson clears it out for Anderson. Traore on the rebound. And now it's Baker moving around. 5 boards already for Traore off the bench. Now Elijah Crawford, freshman guard out of Augusta, Georgia, will settle Cougars into an offense. Baker open for 3. 28-2.
When you leave him open, and we watched him practice, and when you watch him shoot arounds and in games, that guy doesn't miss from 3. Like he is such a good shooter, and it's usually the bottom of the net.
Now Pollard, top of the key, Anderson for 3. And the first bucket for Anderson, just the second basket of the first half, with nearly 10 minutes gone for the visiting Royals. Idaho's in here on Saturday afternoon on ESPN+. High arcing 3 off by Bošković. Traore's there, loses it to Mag. And the turnover, and out come the Royals.
And Baker trying to get a skip pass across to Crawford, and it got stolen, and then Mag's going to get a foul on the other end.
That's going to send Nasir Mann, a junior out of Gainesville, Florida, to the free throw line. First foul on Mag. Spencer.
During that last timeout, Queens head coach Grant Leonard, understandably just trying to calm his guys down, pointed to the 1 for 12 shooting and said, look, most of these shots are good shots. They're going to start to drop. You just need to keep at it. And then he pointed out specifically, ball movement is going to be huge for us to continue to get those shots. When we move the ball, we're okay. When it gets sticky, we're not. So watch for that. Some more intentional ball screens. And again, just some confidence in those guys having missed so many shots.
Thank you, Spencer. Queens lost Dayton Albury to Utah State and A.J. McKee to Milwaukee in the portal. And then they added Calamario and Mann. Lost 2, picked up 2. And it's 28-5. Lob for Keita.
And Keita's not, he's very physical and can really jump, but he's also unbelievably skilled. He has great hands. His ability to catch the ball, especially on the alley-oop, if it's not a perfect pass and still finish, is really, really high level.
Crawford sometimes gets lost in the freshman hype of Catchings and Demin, but he's going to be an outstanding point guard as his BYU career unfolds. Man can't get it to go down, and it's Crawford out with it.
That's a good shot, and that's what Grant Leonard's talking about. Just keep taking shots, and eventually they'll fall. You can't get frustrated. Just keep taking them.
How about Keita? Acrobatic, getting his 5th point.
Another example of his hands, a kind of a loose ball pass, and he comes up with it and finishes.
Roll of 5s for Keita, 5 boards, 5 points. Up in the face of Wilson. Now it's Cash. Man into the front of the iron. Richie Saunders back in the game. Crawford to Keita. And this looks like it's off of Keita's thigh. And turnover for BYU.
And this is the pick and roll with Crawford, and here comes the roll from Keita. And we talk about the ball is a little short, thrown in front of the rim, but he grabs it on the way up and kind of double clutches and throws it down. Such a quick jumper. Like he can get off the floor in a hurry.
Chris Ashby back in the game. And Laban Jabril into the game now for Queens. And Ashby, an outstanding shooter. That one won't go. Nothing falling. Here's Saunders to Knell for 3. They're falling on this end of the floor, and it's 35-5.
Boy, the most impressive thing on that day was how quickly the ball got down the floor.
No.
The rebound came out, and it was 2 passes, and the ball was in the corner before the Royals could even react.
Berman gets it back from Jabril. Now, shot clock under 10. Cash backing in over Keita. This will be off of Wilson. And BYU will have it when we come back. 7:19 to play. here in the first half, and Kevin Young's Cougars are up by 30 here on ESPN+. Kevin Young said coming into tonight's game, he wanted to see better defense and execution on the offensive end.
And he told us they were going to go attack even if Wilson was in there. We saw that with Knell off the bat. And then a kick to Cannon Catchings on the outside for a three. And then look at the pass. The drive and kick outside to Dawson Baker. He knocks down the three. And then the alley-oop to Keba Keita. 10 assists on 14 made field goals, 71%, and has led to this balance in scoring for BYU.
9 different players have scored. Just 2 have scored for Queens. You got 8 and a whole bunch of 5.
The 8 leads it for Knell, and everybody contributing. It's because everybody's sharing the basketball.
Will Farron just brought the fans to their feet.
Are you telling me Big Game Bell is at this game?
Kicked the winning field goal to beat Utah on Saturday and just put them on the Jumbotron, and the place went bananas.
Yeah, their quarterback, Jake Retzlaff, nicknamed him Big Game Bill the other day, and I'm sticking with that one.
Egor Demin back into the game for BYU. Here's Knell for another 3.
Oh, man, when he gets feeling it, watch out. 11
for Knell.
They're now 15 of 22 from the field and 5 of 8 from 3. It's an exhibition out there.
Ashby into the iron. Knell, Saunders, and Richie grabbed that ball awkwardly, took a step, and turns it over. 5 steals for the Cougars. Look at the bench points. 36-5 off the bench.
Wow.
Knell on the steal. And the Royals get it back. That's Cash and the handoff. Open look for 3, and in it goes.
Hey, I love the heads-up play by Wilson, who caught the basketball and then immediately looked across the court to an open teammate and kicked it for 3. Great presence by Wilson.
Jabril gets his second 3 on the season. Bošković.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't even know how he got that up.
My goodness.
He wasn't even open.
He shot that left-handed with side spin.
Berman kick back. And deep from the corner on the other side. There's back-to-back threes by Jabril. He's got 6.
Right, and exactly what this Queens University team needed was for somebody to start knocking down some shots. It comes in averaging 2.3 points a game, and just like that, back-to-back threes.
Demin dribbles around the double team, flips to the right hand, and then kisses it off the glass. He's got 4. Talking about Egor Demin with Grant Leonard. There's a 3 ball that goes.
3 straight threes now for
Cash. Bryce Cash gets his. But Leonard was saying the difference with these European players is, compared to American players is how they grow up in basketball. He says over in Europe they practice most of the week and then play.
Right.
In America they play most of the week and then maybe practice
once every couple of weeks.
And so you get a much more mature, he says, a high basketball IQ kid coming from overseas, and we've certainly seen that, as has he with his own roster. Spencer.
So I want to go back to that incredible shot by Mihailo Bošković. I asked Egor Demin about it the first time that he did a similar thing, and he said, no, you don't understand. That's the Serbian sauce, guys, okay? Get used to it. As Demin knocks down a 3.
That's the Russian sauce right there.
A lot of sauce
from the corner.
45-14.
It's BYU's international sauce is what it is.
Ashby in the lane. Now Berman. Ashby.
I like the ball movement. It's that drive and kick. Got a good look. It just didn't go down that time, but that's the shot you want.
Demin. Shot is blocked by Jabril. And Wilson comes down with it. I think that caught Demin by surprise.
And Jabril counts too, because he's from Ontario, Canada.
2 6'9" guys going at it there. Jabril.
But now the kid from down the street checks in.
That's Berman's 3.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking that
down
was
the
Pollard.
street,
It was Berman.
in Tel Aviv.
It was Berman, yeah. I was thinking that was Pollard, but it was Berman.
Knell, just enough space to get another shot off.
We've seen him like this before.
He's got 14.
Yeah.
Knell had 27 in the Big 12 opener last year against Cincinnati. Lights out for his career high. And he was shooting just like he is tonight. And there's the third 3 for Jabril.
Yeah, Jabril is feeling it on the other end.
9 points. And a steal by Matthews. Berman, he'll pop a 3. And Berman's got 6. 48-23.
Little pressure now in the backcourt, trying to get BYU out of their rhythm. Now that Queens is feeling some rhythm on offense, you maybe have a little extra step on defense.
And Demin fouled by Matthews, who just about had another steal. 2:53 to go here in the half. 48-23, BYU. Coming up at the half, Jerem Jordan, Kristen Kozlowski, and Tyler Haas will break down the first 20 minutes. Lots of BYU highlights to show. Look at the numbers and the adjustments coming in the second half. We'll also hear from Kevin Young. He'll visit with Spencer just before the break. Back inside the Marriott Center, it's 48-23 BYU. The Cougars led 38-5, and then Queens has bounced back on an 18-10 run. And look at Matthews, and the Cougars breaking the huddle, and Spencer was just in that huddle. What'd you find out?
Yeah, Kevin Young quickly pointed out, look, they make some shots. We got to give them credit for that, but they're all wide open shots. So he challenges BYU guys to pick up the defensive intensity. Said no more open threes, which Cannon Catchings is taking right there on the miss. Then said these last 4 minutes, put the pedal to the metal. It starts with defensive intensity.
Thanks, Spencer. Pollard for three. And it's Catchings on the rebound. Backdoor cut. This time it's Traore with the assist to Demin. And Egor has 10.
Old-fashioned give and go, where it throws it into the post and then at the high post and he cuts. Let's see if BYU pays more attention on the three. Great back cut that time and a great vision by Anderson to get the ball inside.
Man with the bucket. 2 minutes to go. Catchings. Over to Knell, hasn't missed a shot in the first half. That includes 4 threes. And this one is off of BYU and out of bounds.
Trying to shuffle it inside to Traore, and it gets tipped off of him.
And Grant Leonard's going to be a little happier with what he's seen the last 5 minutes or so. And a turnover down low. Traore hands it over to Crawford. And Crawford gives it right back to Anderson. And Anderson's going to go to the line, fouled by Crawford. 1:24 to play here in the half. That's the first foul on Crawford.
What this last couple of minutes has done for Queens is given them some confidence. Like, they actually have some rhythm on offense, and they're playing with a little more swagger and shooting with a little more confidence.
Spend less and stream more sports with a special offer from ESPN Plus. Save $20 and get an annual subscription for the price of 9 months. At the line, Anderson, a junior out of Tacoma, Washington. And Ajon gets the first to go. We'll also visit with Grant Leonard at halftime. 1 of 2. It's Catchings on the rebound. Dallin Hall still out for BYU. They're hoping to see him sometime before Thanksgiving. Catchings up for 3. Out with it's Anderson. Or check that, Calamero. This is Anderson. Traore hands it over to Demin. Under a minute to go. 7 rebounds in the first half for Traore. Hear the voice of Kevin Young calling out the offensive set. Demin into the corner. And then Crawford, a one-hander, gets fouled. Who go to the line and shoot 2.
Trevin Knell was spotted up at the top of the key with nobody on him. He was clapping and saying, hey, do I need to remind you I haven't missed a shot in a long time? Kick it out here to me. And Crawford got fouled, and it will go to the line. Watch this. Demin goes inside, kicks it out, and then you see Trevin Knell rotating around to the top saying, hey, kick it out here. I'm good.
Hey, I'm 5 for 5.
I haven't missed one.
Mag checks back in for BYU. Catchings will come out. BYU 3 of 7 from the free throw line. Crawford, the only Cougar not to score here in the first half. He takes care of that. little full court pressure to the BYU defense. Anderson motors around it. Now he's got it back. Pollard left open long enough. Can't get it to go. Saved by the Royals. They can settle for the last one now as the shot clock's off. Good hustle by Queens. This time down the floor. Pollard knocked out of bounds off of Demin. A little sloppy here.
Well, Kevin Young said, you know what? I'm not going to sit back. We're going to trap him and get after it. See if we can create a turnover with at the end of this game clock. And that length caused Queens a little bit of a problem.
Knell goes out. Saunders is in for the final 5.9 of the first half. And now Bošković is going to check in. Traore will come out. It's like a scientist in his lab out here. These first
with 6 seconds left,
games. And Kevin Young trying all kinds of formulas. Knocked out of bounds. It's lost off of Matthews. Nice defense by Crawford.
And right in front of us, and Crawford gave a yell after that. He was so excited about making the play. That's what BYU wanted to do. He made a bunch of defensive substitutions, did Kevin Young, to try to do just this, to get the ball back. And at every opportunity, whether you're ahead by 30 or tied up, Kevin Young's teaching right now at this part of the season.
So that's why he's taking the timeout with 4.6. Keita checks in, Knell checks in, and they're going to go, all right, let's execute a last-second shot.
Because there's going to be games in the Big 12 when it is all tight. And it's the end of a half, and a shot's going to make a difference. And they got to get a steal, and so he wants to coach him up and simulate everything he possibly can in this early part of the season.
Catchings is back in as well, so we'll see what they've drummed up in that huddle.
Trevin Knell's out there. Trevin, with that 5th three, is now tied for 8th all-time and made threes in BYU history. So let's see if they set a play up for him to knock down a 3 to move into 7th by himself.
Demin's going to throw it in. 4.6 to play here in the half. The lob to Knell. Keita's got it, turns around, and it is in and out. And that's how it's going to end. And BYU will go to the locker room up 51-26. Wilson.
I like Grant Leonard saying that, hey, the team just got more comfortable as the game went on. They started 2 of 19, and now they've made their last 8 of 12.
That's Bryce Cash, Atlantic Sun All freshman team a year ago, 6 points.
And they were one of their first 9 3 attempts, and now they've made 7 of the last 10. So there you go.
Saunders answers back with a 3.
Yeah, Richie's saying, you know what, this team can shoot threes too.
He's got 7. He's got 5 3-pointers on the season. Demin out ahead to Knell and slapped up over the basket. No foul call. It's just knocked out of bounds. Knell showing his arm. Said, I think I was hit on the upper arm. Not the hand, not the wrist.
Here's the hand mark,
the upper arm.
Let's see if we can see it.
Yeah, that's...
Well, the ball was first. They did get the ball first, and then the arm second. So
Catchings. Turnaround shots off. Keita on the rebound. Calamario dealing with Keita. He loses it, turns it over.
Calamario doing a good job of resisting, standing stout in that post and not letting Keita back him down. He's going to use that spin off of the contact and lost the ball.
Keita with 7 rebounds so far tonight.
And BYU, a turnover there. They started out really good taking care of the ball. Had 2 turnovers in the first 10 minutes of the game, but in the last 8 minutes, they had 5 turnovers.
Here's Catchings going coast to coast. Well defended by the shot blocker, Malcolm Wilson. Back we come the other way. Ashby hands it over to Cash. Berman open for 3. And Keita on the rebound. Demin back to Keita. And shot blocker Wilson, the big wingspan. And that affected that one. Baseline. Saunders blocks the shot by Berman. And here come the Cougars. And the Cougars turn it over. Knell trying to feed Catchings.
Here's the block on the other end. Saunders, and notice how he kept his body straight, used that right hand to swipe across the ball. And then turnover on the other end.
Had more blocks in this half than we had baskets. 17:51 to go. Now Berman into the lane. Matthews open for three. Saunders grabs it and heads down the floor. Knell, another three, and his first long miss of the night, but Catchings is there, gets a couple of shots at it. Cannon was seven.
He used that length and he was relentless. Had tip it with his left hand, tip it again, and then came up with it and was able to finish.
Wilson, Ashby from the corner. Keita now with 11 rebounds. Demin. Fouled by Matthews. Things haven't come as easy for Egor Demin tonight.
A lot of pressure and ball pressure exerted by this defense. And in that last 8 minutes of the second half, they started to trap the ball. And so this is good. All growing opportunities for this young BYU team.
Third foul on Matthews. Jabril back in for Queens. Came off the bench and hit a trio of threes in the first half. Knell. Second time, everything's just opened up for him. He's cashed in with a layup. 16 points now for Trevin Knell. Calamero. Shot clock, plenty of time, but a forced up offering by Ashby, and we'll go back the other way. Anderson will check in, and Chris Ashby will come out. Have a word with his coach, a teaching moment in front of us. Ashby had 14 last night up at Utah. Demin. Knell from the corner. Keita up, back and in. He's getting closer to another double-double. 7 points and 12 rebounds. Jabril into the lane. That shot was blocked. Demin. And throws it to the bench and turns it over. Baker will be in when we come back. 60-29 Cougars. 15:46 to go in Provo.
The power of we believes in you. It advocates for you. It completes your circle. It makes sure you have the strongest circle possible. And with Intermountain Health in yours, you'll always have the care you need to live the healthiest life possible. That's the power of we. Intermountain Health.
Accidents don't just happen 9 to 5. They happen when you least expect them. The team at Siegfried & Jensen is here for you 24/7. Nights, weekends, every day, every hour. Really here for you. No matter when you call us, you'll speak to a real person and have access to the same expertise and personal attention as always, and get the legal help you need when you need it. Nights, weekends, every day, every hour, 24/7.
Learn more at siegfriedandjensen.com.
I did some soul searching.
I started praying. I said, whatever you're doing, just don't take this one.
Challenges come with pain.
There's no other story like it.
but pain will not win.
Your Jayhawks are national champions!
Pursue the dream.
Don't let anything stop you.
If I can make it this far, you can make it even further.
No matter what I do, all the glory go to God.
It's given me a great sense of purpose. This is my life's work.
Ebenezer, you have yet a chance to escape my fate.
Am I destined to end up in chains like you, Jacob?
Worse, without triple rewards, but you can still change your destiny with a Mountain America Rewards credit card.
With a Mountain America Rewards credit card, earn 3 times the points on every dollar spent until the stroke of midnight on December 31st.
Triple rewards are better than I thought.
BYU is in Nepal looking at the impacts of pollution from brick kilns on individuals and communities.
The goal of our research is to improve the working conditions and the lives of those people who work here.
I'm very happy to work with BYU. With this collaboration, we can do many more things.
You can change the lives of other people for the better if you're just willing to use the gifts which God has blessed you with.
Back in Provo, a solid start in the collegiate debut of Egor Demin, freshman out of Moscow, Russia. Take a look, Blaine, over what he's done here in his first 3 games. Central Arkansas, Riverside, and tonight.
Yeah, 18 and 11 in that first game, 20 and 7, 9 and 3 tonight. In tonight's line, 4 of 6 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3, two rebounds. He's got the 9 points, 3 assists. The thing that's noticeable is they've given him they've really pressured him with the ball this time. He's got 3 turnovers in this game, and he's been so good at taking care of the ball. So this is a good game for him to learn. These guards are a little quicker, a little more physical than he's faced, and just a chance to grow up every game.
In the corner, open look for a 3, a nice release, and Caleb Matthews knocks down the shot. They head to Baker. He'll answer back.
Does he ever hit the rim when he's open?
He's got 8 points tonight. Like Trevin Knell, when Baker is on, he is capable of lighting up the scoreboard. And tonight, he's shot better tonight than in the first 2 games. He's kind of struggled getting going there. And there's a back 3, so a 3, and then a 3, and a 3. That one's from Anderson. Could we see 4 for 4?
4 threes in a row?
4 threes in a row. Hit one here. Baker lobs it for an impressive 2. Keita hammers it home.
That's a beautiful pass, and that's the kind of efficiency that Kevin Young was looking for on offense.
Out ahead to Demin, and blocked out of bounds by Jabril.
Demin felt the first defender, pumped him off, and then didn't recognize the second player coming. So here it goes. What a great pass by Baker, and to understand, you saw Keita with a little, he pointed up. Dawson Baker saw that in his peripheral vision, and as these guys play more and more together, you'll see more and more of that nonverbal kind of like, okay, I got you, I'll get it up there on the rim for you.
Traore and Mag back in for BYU. Here's Demin. Mag open for 3. And Jabril, who's had a very good game off the bench. Another freshman getting serious time with the rebound. 65-35. 6 minutes gone here in the second half. Basket and the foul. And that will send Pollard to the line. Chance at a 3-point play.
See Pollard on the drive, and the help just came a little late.
Traore picks up his first foul.
And I love the finish by Pollard. He was going in, he knew that Traore was going to come over and took it right at him.
First bucket of the night for Jackson Pollard in his homecoming to Utah County. Gets the free throw to go. Demin gets it back from Traore, pops a 3.
And they ran that play specifically for him, a handoff to Traore, and then he is allowed to give it back if they go under the screen. If they go under Traore, then Demin just steps back and knocks down the three.
Double figures for Demin, now with 12. Traore on the steal. Saunders in the corner for three. Out of bounds, and it's off Jabril. Cougars will keep it as Cash and Ashby check back in for the Royals. Demin, baseline, kicks it to Baker. Open three, good. 11 for Baker.
And great recognition by Demin as he comes on the baseline and knows that Baker's sitting opposite, and if he's open, he'll knock that down every time.
Now Pollard will challenge Demin. Demin wins. Out ahead to Saunders. And Ritchie can't convince it to go, but Mag tips it in. That's 4 for the Rutgers transfer. Well, these are nights to take a breath and enjoy for the Cougars. There'll be other nights when #1 Kansas is here. And there's a dunk from Malcolm Wilson.
And that's what Grant Leonard was talking about. Wilson's his offensive game, that type of play there where he has the ball in his hands, and his progress in that area has been fantastic.
4 points tonight for Wilson so far. Traore matched up with a 7-footer. Mag's got it. Up and in. Now 6 for Mag, 75-40. Pollard, whistle and the foul. And he'll be at the line when we come back. Cougars with 75 points already, 11:46 to play. Back to Provo after this on ESPN+.
75-42, BYU leading Queens on ESPN Plus with 11:46 to play in the second half. A few minutes ago, we saw BYU implement a specific play they've been working on in the past few practices. It's called rolling the rim, where the guard gets to the hoop and throws the ball off the glass with the purpose of the big man, in this case, Keba Keita, coming to collect and dunk it. We saw Egor Demin do this in BYU's last game, but it didn't look as purposeful. I asked him, he said, oh, that was definitely a pass.
Yeah, and
that was not a shot.
The statistic person made it a shot, and it shouldn't have been, right?
So they may have changed that to an assist, but I can guarantee you that dunk from Keba Keita will come after an assist from Dawson Baker. Again, rolling the rim, a design from Kevin Young and BYU.
Thank you, Spencer. Pollard up with the free throw. 6 for Pollard. 16,789 in the house tonight for BYU and Queens. Cougars pounced early and have led big throughout. Ball knocked out of bounds, and BYU will keep it.
BYU's done a really good job on the offensive glass in this game. They have 10 offensive boards. They converted it into 12 second chance points. And Queens just with 2 offensive boards and no second chance points in this game.
Crawford gets it back from Saunders. A reach-in foul. It's against Bryce Cash. We mentioned Kansas coming in here in February. A shout out to Bill Self last night, becoming the winningest coach in Kansas basketball history with 591 wins.
Wow.
Believe that.
And Kansas basketball is basketball history.
Beat Michigan State to do it. There's a foul before the block. It's going to go against Crawford. And that'll be his second. So that's going to send Bryce Cash to the free throw line. He's going to shoot into something he's never shot into before.
And we talked to Grant Leonard about this. He goes, yeah, it's a little crazy behind the backboard in the second half. I don't know. Can you focus? Could you focus doing that? I don't know if I could.
Well, here they come again.
Yeah, because now once you miss, then it's relentless.
It's been the biggest cheer of the second half.
Because now the Rock knows they had an impact on the game. And now they're into it.
Baker for 3. And it was Knell in the first half. It is Baker here in the second.
Not only is he not hitting the rim, the ball's not even touching to the net until it's in the bottom half of the net every time he shoots.
4 for 4 shooting threes is Dawson Baker. Turn around,
nice
dunk.
Nice roll to the bucket and throw down by Wilson.
Wilson's got 6. Crawford had to go super high on that. Traore on the rebound. Saunders for 3 into the iron. Pollard's got it. Shot clock's at 13. Round the horn they go. Berman for 3. He knocks it in.
How about the patience that time by the Royals? That went inside, out to the far right corner and all the way around until they found an open shooter. Great patience, extra pass or 2.
Berman with 9 as Baker roams around, pops a 2. 16 for Dawson Baker. I think of Baker's career high. You go back to Irvine at 33 against UC San Diego. So more than capable of lining up a scoreboard. Cash. Saunders on the rebound. Mag's calling for it deep in that corner. Crawford brings it up top. Back to Baker. Nifty pass to Traore. Gets it back. Step back 3. And his first miss in the second half. First miss from 3 tonight. Mag on the rebound, and he got fouled.
Dawson Baker was wheeling and dealing that time. the tight, it wasn't just an around the back pass. It was an around the back bounce pass to a big inside the key. And then the step back. If that three would have gone down, the Rock would have gone nuts.
It's like he was saying to Foose, if I throw you a pass like that, you have to take it in.
Yeah, you have to dunk it. Or if you throw back out here, I'm knocking down a three.
80-48. Baker again. Traore. Left hand. Tapped out right to Baker. Now it's Mag from the other corner. Crawford's got it. And he traveled. Took a step while I was considering all his options down there.
He was a little off balance when he caught that and couldn't quite gather himself.
Bošković is back in the game for BYU. Man gets it back to Anderson. Trying to feed the big man, and Baker's got a steal. Bošković for three. Got a good line on it. Traore, another rebound. And Foose misses from short range, gets it back. Now Baker. Bošković will try it again, why not? 7 for the Serbian, 83-48. Berman over to Man. Gets it back from Wilson. Mag over there to deflect it. Crawford's out with it. Now it's Bošković. Traore is just cleaning up on rebounds. Put back up and in.
And he is so big and so strong. When players come over to try to defend him down there, they just bounce off of him when he puts the ball on the floor and he creates space.
4 points and a dozen rebounds, now a steal. Baker for three. 19 points for Baker. And Grant Leonard wants to take a timeout. 6:59 to go. 88-48. And it has been all Dawson Baker here in the second half. There's Dallin Hall. Cougars eager to see him back soon. Back with more in a moment. Tomorrow night, it's an in-state clash on ESPN2. Arizona State takes on Grand Canyon. 9 o'clock Eastern time. Grand Canyon's off to the Mountain West Conference. Arizona State, Blaine, will be here on New Year's Eve afternoon to tip off Big 12 play with BYU.
And congrats to Grand Canyon making the move in the Mountain West, and they've been a good program.
Traore there has moved past Russell Larson and Brandon Davies. Now, 4th all-time in program history with 250 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, he has been cleaning the offensive glass in this second half, that's for sure.
He's got 5 assists in this game as well. And so Foose will take a seat as Keba Keita checks back in.
They leave Baker in the game as well with that hot hand. Man, is he lighting it up this second half.
Berman with it. There's Pollard. Backing in on Crawford. And the jump ball call as Bošković got in there with it. Now another timeout. We need a break from that. 6:35. 88-48 BYU. Trevin Knell and Dawson Baker have combined to make 9 of 12 three-point shots. Knell hit 4 in the first half. Baker's come back and hit 4 of his own in the second half.
Yeah, and BYU as a team, because of sharp shooting of these two, Baker, as you mentioned, 4 threes. Baker with 19 now in the game. Knell was 16. And BYU's 14 of 28 from 3. 50% from three-point line, and 14 made is a bunch. Queens is having a good night from three-point line, overshadowed by BYU. 11 of 27, 40.7% on the road. It's a very good shooting night from 3, but BYU's making it look easy from out there.
Kenan Catchings is back in the game. Baker, Bošković. Going up high for that one. Tapped out to Crawford. Baker. Another 3. 22 for Baker. And a delay of game winning, I think. And Brody Kozlowski is up off the bench, ready to check in for the first time this season. Dawson Baker on fire. Here's Kozlowski, the 6A Player of the Year, back-to-back out of Corner Canyon High School. And ESPN Top 100. His mom will be on the post-game show, Kristen Kozlowski.
And what Brody brings is he's a 6'7" guy that can rebound like crazy. He loves to get after the rebound, but has one of the most beautiful shots you've ever seen from the outside. He can step back to three with beautiful stroke and knock down outside shots. Two-time 6A Player of the Year here in Utah.
He's waiting to check in.
They're adjusting the shot clock is what they're doing. That's if you're wondering why the officials at the scores table, and there you go. Shot clock didn't reset after the make.
So Kozlowski will check in for the first time, and Boscovich checks out. There was some thought that maybe Kozlowski would redshirt this year, and that has come to an end in college basketball. Once you enter the game, you enter the season.
Right.
Football, you get to play for. Man from the corner for three. Crawford goes up high for the rebound. Kozlowski, outstanding distance shooter. Man, trying to man up on Baker. And a push down low, and Keita gets tossed out of position. Foul against Queens. Demin for Knell, check back in. Baker's going to go to the bench and cool off. And Crawford is out. What a night for
Baker. Will
awesome.
22 points on 8 of 10 from the field and 6 of 7 from three. And you know, Brian Dutch, the head coach of San Diego State, we mentioned this before, last year told us, man, BYU's best scorer, best shooter is not even playing this year because he's hurt. And we said, who's that? I said, Dawson Baker played him 3 times with his UC Irvine. That guy can score.
Catchings for three. Back we come the other way. Here's Demin into the lane for his 14th off the glass.
Such a great understanding when he turns the corner, when to dish, when to take it and finish, reads the defense, way beyond his years.
Into the iron goes Pollard, out of bounds. It'll belong to BYU. Jabril's checking back in, and Berman will come out. Two 6'9" guys at it here with Demin and Jabril. Kevin Young wants Cannon Catchings to get a little more aggressive. There he cleans up his own mess. Now at 9. He said for him, it's not about skill, it's not about effort. I just want him to be aggressive.
Yeah, be aggressive and be confident out there.
Another wild one.
And you want them to lock in on defense and get better defense. Because offensively, it'll just come for him because he's so skilled.
Knell, he was tired of seeing Baker make all those threes.
Had to come in.
It's like, you take a few more. Shot goes down. Queens gets the 50. And DJ Shine with his first 2. Keita back to Knell, and he gets it right back. puts it in off the glass.
All these guards so aware of where the guy that comes out and screens, when the big comes out and screens, where he rolls, they're trying to get him the ball every time if they can.
Another double-double for Keita. 11 points and 13 rebounds. You say another, it's just what he does all 3 games. Timeout, 2:51 to go. And BYU getting close to the century mark. Back after this.
.251 to play in the game. Welcome back to the Marriott Center. BYU with a commanding 97-50 lead over Queens as the Cougars are pacing for a 3-0 start. This is a homecoming of sorts for Queens University assistant men's basketball coach and coordinator of recruiting Bobby Hordusky. You may recognize his face as a BYU fan because he spent 4 years on Mark Pope's staff leading the recruiting effort and working as the director of basketball operations. Good to have Bobby back in the house. And from what we hear, he's doing great things for Coach Leonard's squad and trying to help the Royals get to that next level in A-Sun play. Guys?
Thanks, Spencer. We had a nice visit with him before, and
Mom and Dad are here tonight.
Yeah.
His wife and baby are here tonight. So fun.
Grant Leonard said it. Bobby's been trying to get the guys ready for the atmosphere they'll face here tonight. We said, well, so what have you been doing? He's like, I don't know. They're not ready for it.
There's not anything you can really do, especially to shoot free throws on that end.
Showed him some film, but yeah, one of the great atmospheres in college basketball right here at the Marriott Center. Here's Catchings for 3. Kozlowski hiding out in the far right corner, the right of Demin. See if Demin can find him. Shot clock under 10. Catchings knocked out of bounds. We'll go back the other way as Crawford checks in.
So Demin comes out probably for the last time. Demin with
triplets into the game.
Finishes with 14 points on 6 of 9 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. 3 rebounds and 5 assists. It was kind of a quiet, really solid night.
Yeah. 2 minutes to play. Here's Berman. Gets away from Knell. And in off the glass. And double figures for Berman with 11. Appalachian State awaits Queens next Tuesday. BYU will have Idaho Saturday afternoon at 3 Eastern time here on ESPN+. Catchings. A little frustrated with his shot tonight as we check back in with Spencer.
Just wanted to share a story that I recently heard from Egor Demin, who checked out of the game. He told me that he's afraid of the dark, you guys. He said, I love the bright lights of the Marriott Center, but I do not like the dark. So naturally, his best friends on the team, Trevin Knell and Trey Stewart, took him to the haunted forest over Halloween and said, you'll love it, Egor. Attack your fears. It'll be okay. And he said, they made me naturally go first and be the first person into the darkness. But he said, in all seriousness, they're his best friends, and they've done a great job helping him acclimate as an international player.
Crawford out ahead of everybody.
Easy bucket. Didn't they, Spencer, didn't they take him trick-or-treating too? Like, and they said, like, what do I do? And you just knock on the door and you say trick or treat.
Yeah,
like,
and they had him dress up as Lloyd Christmas from the movie Dumb and Dumber in an orange suit.
They also made him ride a roller coaster, so they're really breaking him in.
That is true friends right there. That's what that is.
Trey Stewart and Dallin Hall trying to get healthy, get back out on the floor. The question here is BYU going to get 100 points? Shine into the lane. Goes high off the glass, gets it to go down. Crawford, the lob. McGregor, the three. And Jabril's got it. Shine forces it up. Now the crowd wants 100. Got a second-and-a-half difference between the shot clock and the game clock. McGregor for 100. This crowd going to leave a little disappointed. 99-55, but final seconds. And the Cougars get to 3-0 with a 99-55 victory over Queens. It drops to 2-1. Saw a little bit of everything in this one.